All right, good morning. I'm just going to do a quick review of the week of all the stuff that was going on for our trades. Quick little review. Had a pretty decent week. No complaints. Couple of nice trades. Couple of what am I doing? What am I thinking? Kind of things. But that's how it goes because there's a lot of information here, and it's easy to get caught up in the whole thing. So here's the first. Where are we at? Boom. 13th. Yeah, 12th right in here somewhere. So it was a Fed week, and that always gets me off a little bit different. Um, I don't know. The market's always a little strange leading into Fed week. Um, Here's Monday, and you can just tell like it's just dead, right? There's just nothing. There's nothing going on. I trade between seven. See, there's seven and there's noon. I mean, what are you gonna do? So didn't trade that day. Here's the next day, Tuesday. So seven's right there, and noon's gonna be out here somewhere. Right about there's good. So you can see, just not a lot of volume, not a lot of action. You had a couple impulses. You can't really lean on anything. And just trying to put something together. There's a little guy right there. Little guy. Comes back into here. You could have bought that. Keep it down here somewhere. See, even that didn't make it though. So you can't make something out of nothing. So I just typically, um, gosh, look at pre-market was even better. More volume going on pre-market. Then Wednesday comes along, and it's the Fed day, and you can see here's the Fed announcing their news or non-news. Um, so when the market opened up around 7 and closed over here, now we have a big, like the biggest move of the day, right? I miss a day? I did. There's the 12th. What did I do here? I missed Monday. Tuesday. Tuesday? Tuesday. Um, some report came out at 5:30 in the morning. Oh yeah, that's Tuesday right there. Yeah, that was it. I didn't miss anything. Okay. Um, and then you got the Fed day. Okay, back on track. Um, and so this is why I didn't even trade. It's just nothing. There's nothing here for me to do. You can see how small the bars are. And I used to try and trade it, and I would always get mixed results. So I could never lean on anything consistent. Just wasn't happening. Then after this, you can see it kind of opens up a little bit more. Um, so this is at 11, and I usually don't trade for the half an hour afterwards. So it puts me down in here. So it's just take the day off. Don't even deal with it. And then we can get back into our normal stuff here on Thursday. It seemed like it was a little bit better. Although it still was kind of flat. Let's see, where's our 7 o'clock hour? There's 7 there, and then we're over here. So, about noon. And again, there's not a lot of volume here. So you just have to, what do you have to work with? So I just put up my boundaries here and stretch it out and see what we could do. I think I made some money one of these days in here somewhere. Price goes up, right? Makes a little shelf here. Gets wiped out. There's our box. Right in behind there. I think I missed this one. I'd have to go back and look. I think I was too low. I think it was down here trying to get this one. So it just didn't happen. But like I was saying the other day, you want to look for these little nooks and crannies because there's opportunity when you come in close. Right? So it goes up, comes down, makes this, box there. And you can always see the box. It's kind of like it hards down, hard up. Once it's done, you can see it. Price bounces into our pressure cooker and comes back down into here. So you're not taking it yet. You're not taking it yet. Pop, I'm in. Now you have a big stop here because you want to be down here somewhere, and that one worked. I think that's the one I took. Zigzags. Doesn't hit. Goes up again. But look at that. What did they say the other day about measured moves? Coming out of a swing. Right? This one's coming out here. You can try and say, okay, I'm going to look for this one. That's oftentimes what I do. And then I will buy that. In that case, I probably would have got popped. Right? You had to be down under here. That wouldn't have worked. But let's just say you got popped. Okay, so you're down, one stop, and then that's not really an impulse because it doesn't take anything out. But it runs into this. So then you can also say, okay, well, it didn't take that out. Let's do it again. And then stop down there, boom. And I try for 5 to 1s. There's a 5 to 1. Yeah, I remember this one. And then price took off and just, you can't, right? Can't predict all that stuff. It's just on a tear. So the next day, so that was that day. What's that? Wednesday, Thursday. So there's a couple of opportunities. I think I got that one. I missed that one. I think I got that one. I don't know. But remember, you just have to look for the impulse, the pullback. It hits here. Actually, this one even hit here. If you bought that, you would have got out at 3 to 1, or B, you would have been at break even. As it takes off, you want to condense risk, and then let it go. So there's a couple of them in here. Got stopped out there. Friday. Let's see, where are we at Friday? Friday. So we have Friday here, 7 o'clock hour. Boom. There's noons right around here. So as Friday opened up, I got stopped out over here trying to get long. And remember I was saying I was looking at this whole thing, which is it's something that I still struggle with as a trader that's been doing this for a long time, because I'm like, okay, I want to see this. That would have been my entry there, move to break even, and then maybe take a couple ticks as it's headed up. But when you're looking at this kind of time frame, you have to adjust for that time frame. Because now I'm using this swing as an impulse leg. Maybe this here is an impulse leg, as opposed to these little guys in here, and that will throw you off, and that'll eat your bottom line. So get in close, get in to a point where you're not going to be too far stretched, because then you can see all the nitty gritty, right? Price goes up, boom. Price goes up, boom. And remember the measure moves we were talking about? I had this on my short the other day. Didn't take that one, took that one. Right? So there's an opportunity right there to get long, and it's the risk is small enough where 3 to 1 below that guy hits. How come I'm not 5 to 1? I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Sometimes I change up just because I can easily see that there's going to be something like, and this probably could have been, because I want to see it come up to the pressure cooker and bounce off the pressure cooker. And then I can play off that, like using that, like down here, coming out of a run, you can see. They pop out at me. You can see that there's room for it to run here. And when it hits the pressure cooker, oftentimes I just try and get out right here too. So there's a couple of things that I do. I try to measure myself, because I know it's going to hit the pressure cooker and it's going to do something. It's going to bounce or it's going to zoom through. And this one bounced off, came back up, and then went through. So then back to this one here. You had a small little trade there. Like I was saying the other day, that was the time to trade was in the morning. It's always best to trade in the morning, early morning, more flow. Price comes up, takes this guy out, which is kind of significant, but it's not, like, in hindsight it's significant, but it was when I'm sitting here looking at this, it busted through all these buyers. Tries, comes down, and once again, you can trade off of this little piece, taking out these guys here as it tries to go back and then up. It's just one of the things. You see it here, see it here. The pokes on the other side of the wash, right? There's the wash, poke. This wash doesn't do it. It's inside the wash. See the big bar, big bar, big bar, poke, boom. Just a little thing that you can tip up or pick up on, right? So we've got our wash here, big bar here, pokes it, comes back. And, if you're in here somewhere, and just get down on the bottom of it. Get the bottom of the pivot and give it a shot. It's only a stop, and at least you're buying with the buyers. So you've got a good shot at catching that trade. That's too small. This is looking good here. This one pokes it, doesn't take it out, but it bounces into it, and then it comes back up for another run. So, and yeah, I know it's all easier in hindsight. So you got yourself a 3 to 1 there. as it comes up out of here. Remember I said the other day about the box. So you have the impulse leg up there. It bounces in here, it comes back down, and then it continues. It happens over and over again. I look for these a lot. Boom, there's another one. So like I said, by 8:52, you're in. 9 o'clock, you're out. 10 minutes later, you're in. 20 minutes later, you're out. Yeah, something like that. And then price comes back up. Here's another coil. Right? Launches up. Hits the pressure cooker. Orders going down here. Now you're probably not 3-to-1 on this one. Maybe you are. Yep, 3-to-1. Boom. There's 3 of them right there. 1, 2, 3. And of course, if you wanted to just let this run, move your stop behind that. Move your stop behind that. You know, capture this. Just let it go. I tend to take my money because stuff happens, and I just would rather be done with it. I've got other things going on, so I don't sit here all day looking at that. Goes down, coils up, hits the low, boom. Impulse is down, doesn't go, takes out the low, starts back up, coils up, and I don't necessarily like these because from this standpoint here, you know, this got wiped out. And, you know, maybe we could look at, you know, further investigation. It runs in this guy, and now it's coming back down. Hit the pressure cooker. And that's why I was down here saying I was going to get long here, and I got popped out. Anyhow, you know, the best trading day was Friday and Thursday and Friday. Had a couple nice runs. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, forget it. So I skip it all. You know, I'll look on Mondays and Tuesdays, but usually the day of Feds, you know, it's just too nutty. So, all right, cool, man. Have a good weekend.